So, full disclosure, I haven't filmed any clips this week, which is why I'm in front of a different backdrop. This is my closet. Just because if you have to just watch me stand in one place and talk, it may as well be in front of something a little more interesting or not the same as the rest of my videos have been. So, 4 weeks. Wow. How did my last week go? Let's maybe start with my goals that I set. If you remember, I had a goal to work out first thing in the morning at least 4 days, and one of those days had to be something a little bit more exciting than just walking around my house. I got up and did something exercise-wise 4 days this week. I was gonna be 5, but this morning was not happening. Kind of like last week. I get to 4 and then Thursday would be my 5th day and I'm like, no! I just still don't want to change my goal to anything higher. I still think 4 days is apparently the number of days that I'm 90% sure I can do. I am maybe 60% sure I could do 5 days, and as SMART goals go, if you're not 90% sure, it's not attainable. Oh, and I almost forgot, the second part of my goal was one of those days to be something other than just walking around my house. And one of those days I did do the cardio YouTube workout to Hamilton songs that I talked about last week. There's actually 2 parts, so I'm hoping to get better at the first part within the next little bit so then I can try the second part. I'm going to link you guys to that video down below just in case you guys want to watch it and try it out. It's about 18 minutes long, maybe 15 without the intro and closing from the girl who made it, and it kicked my butt. I had to stop and drink some water like 10 minutes in, and then I was sweating buckets by the end of it. So my exercise goals for last week, I did it. I didn't go above and beyond, but I did hit it. So for next week, I'm going to go with similar goals. Part 1, to do some morning exercise, at least 4 days. And part 2, this is where I'm going to make it more challenging. I want at least 2 of those days to be something other than just walking around my house. Either I have to go outside, or I have to do another like YouTube workout or something a little more structured. So exercise-wise, that's how my week went. Eating-wise, things went pretty well. I have now hit 4 weeks, no binge eating, which is amazing. And honestly, this is probably the best I have felt about eating and how I'm eating and satiation and hunger levels in like years. Possibly even better than I ever felt in 2015, which was, as you may remember, the year that I lost like 80 pounds, something like that. I lost a lot of weight that I have since put back on. And that was sort of my year that ever since I've been like, what was it that made it work? And now I've found something that I think might be working better, and I'm not entirely sure what it is, but I'm glad it's there. Okay, I lied. I do know some of what it is. I have found a really great community on Discord. And I would link you, but I probably should check with the moderators. Anyways, it's Obese to Beast's Discord, so if you ever watch one of his live streams, there'll be links to it everywhere, and it's a really great community. So check it out if you like John, and if you like supportive communities. But yeah, so I've been eating pretty well. I had a pretty great breakthrough today. It's Thursday. When you're watching this, it will be Friday. And I, yesterday, was sort of craving potato chips, and I was thinking, oh, should I add potato chips to my grocery list for next week? And I was like, I could, but then I have a whole bag of potato chips to portion out. And then I remembered I have some pre-portioned potato chips from family barbecues and stuff that we've been doing. And so I took one of those with my lunch today, and honestly, they're on the verge of staleness. So it's like, yay, win, in the sense that I remembered I had some pre-portioned potato chips, but it was also kind of disappointing. Don't you hate it when you like crave a food and then when you eat it, it's disappointing? I remember in 2015 I had that experience with a chocolate chip muffin, and I used to eat like 2 of those for my breakfast back before I even knew anything about nutrition, and then I had saved up the calories to have 1 of them because there were some that my mom had made, and it was really disappointing, and I was like, this is not worth the calories. And it was almost like that with the potato chips, so I was like happy to have potato chips and sate my craving, but also kind of sad because they were a little bit sad. So we'll see. I may still buy some potato chips on Monday, but I will do so with a plan in my menu planning to portion them out. And I know that I can do it. So, yeah. Those are my goals for next week. That's how this past week has gone. Oh, and one more thing. You'll notice at the start of the video I said full disclosure. That is a thing from the Addams Family. This is a cup I got from the cast of the Addams Family musical when I stage managed it. And I've been thinking of some sort of alliterative title to put on these weekly updates rather than just being like week whatever, because eventually it'll start being kind of larger numbers, and I don't really want to keep just calling it Weekly Update 32 because that's a boring title. I don't know. I like alliteration and puns and stuff, and I had been thinking about it, and I was thinking, well, the closest thing I had thought of was like Flourishing Fridays, to talk about how I've been flourishing this week. And I posted on Friday even though I recorded on Thursday, but it was like a little too positive and not neutral enough. And then I remembered my cup, which you can't really tell, but it says Obligation de Revelar, which means full disclosure. And I was like, Full Disclosure Fridays. So I'm still thinking about it, so this video is not titled Full Disclosure Friday, but I might start titling my weekly updates that in the future. My drink also reminded me of another food win that I had this week. I was stressed or frustrated or something. I can't remember. But I was starting to feel like I kind of wanted to eat all the things. Oh yeah, I was stressed. I was kind of really anxious, and anxiety is a really big binge trigger for me, and I know that, like I talked about. And I got an iced tea lemonade from Starbucks, and it helped. And then I was talking about that with people in the Discord, and I was like, oh, but iced tea lemonade from Starbucks is so expensive, and I'm gonna run out of Starbucks money really fast, and I can't fit Starbucks into my budget beyond what I currently have on the Starbucks gift card I have. And then I was like, wait, I could buy a big thing of lemonade, and I have tea. I could make my own iced tea and just add lemonade to it, and that's what I'm drinking today because, I don't know, it's a nice, cool, refreshing drink. It's not quite as lemony or as sweet as Starbucks' lemonade, but in a way, that's better. So, really nice idea for a cool, refreshing beverage. If you are trying not to drink too many of your calories, just make an iced tea with partly something that has like a fruit flavor to it, because that adds its own bits of natural sweetness and flavor, and it just doesn't just taste like tea. And then add a little lemonade or juice or something. I also found a recipe for homemade pumpkin spice syrup. I might be trying that soon because I love pumpkin spice, but I can't drink coffee, and Starbucks' PSLs are A, expensive, and B, not vegan, and C, coffee based. So I might make my own pumpkin spice syrup and put it in my hot tea as the weather gets colder. And yeah. So that was my week this week. If you would like to keep following along with my journey and my thoughts, I post every Friday with a weekly update, and most Tuesdays, some Tuesdays, I don't know. I wrote down some ideas and planned for at least half of Tuesdays up until the end of the year, so probably most Tuesdays as well. I just talk about something else, a single topic, or like I take you along on an adventure or a grocery haul. Mostly it's just been me talking about my story so far, but hopefully there will be some more fun types of videos coming up on Tuesdays. And yeah, if you liked my video and want to follow along with my journey, feel free to subscribe. If you have anything that you want to say about this video, or like disappointment foods, or when you saved up for a craving and then it was a disappointment, or whatever you want to talk about, I would love it if you left me a comment. I love hearing other people's journeys and stories. And if you want to see some of my more day-to-day updates, you can always follow me on Instagram. So, I think that's all of the YouTube stuff I have to talk about. I'm gonna sip more tea. Bye! Ugh. This video is brought to you by the fact that I am like really breaking out of this giant zit that appeared here today, and I was like, I have to film! No! I'm just gonna sip my tea while I figure out how to make my mouth work.